Hey guys, Joester here, welcome back to the channel. So now I connected my PlayStation 5 with this beautiful OLED TV from LG. Yes, this is the CX 48-inch OLED. Honestly, I don't see big of a difference between last year and this year OLED TVs. So if you're looking to buy an OLED TV and you want to save some money, I highly recommend to go for last year's model. They work fine, they look absolutely beautiful, and you're going to save some money as well. So this is the 48-inch model, and also I'm going to share with you some gameplay right here with the PlayStation. I'm going to share with you my settings that I'm using, how to set it up, and also I did some changes to the console. I made it look more like a retro. I call it the retro PS5, original colors, and also some changes that I did to the controller. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Sit back, relax, and let's do this. Alright guys, so lately I've been playing a lot of Returnal. This is one of the newest PlayStation 5 games, and it's exclusive to the PlayStation. And I gotta tell you, this game, it's pretty awesome. It is a third-person shooter. It's a lot of action, and one thing I noticed is that this game is very dark. So there's going to be some areas that if you don't have your settings correctly, it can be sort of hard to see where you're going because it is very dark. So let me just show you some tricks that I've done, or maybe some of the settings that I have adjusted this TV so I can get the best out of this game. That way you guys can enjoy it, right? Let's go into the PlayStation. And some things that I have done here that it might benefit you. So let's go into the settings first real quick, and then let's go into the screen and video options. Here the video output information is going to be 4K or 3840 2160 at 60 Hertz, and I'm using HDR. This game does support HDR, but one thing I did change, it's in this HDR settings. It used to be only HDR always on. So the problem was that some games that didn't support HDR, the console will push HDR and it just didn't work well. It just didn't look right. So now we have the option to switch it to either off, always on, or only when supported. I highly suggest you guys to change this to only when supported. That way games that do support HDR natively will have it on, and the ones that are not, they're just going to use SDR, and that will be a big change. Now over here, let's go into the save data in game app settings. This is where you guys can change the performance mode or resolution mode. Honestly, I have this is on game default. That way if the game does support 4K in 120 Hertz, it'll change automatically. At least that's how it has worked for me. If not, you can just switch to performance mode from here, and every time a game is supported, well, it will change as well too. Honestly, I don't see much of a difference. I think it's just like automatically when the game starts, it'll switch to 4K 120 Hertz. That's if the game is supported. Alright, let's go to Returnal here. Let me tell you guys, these settings that I'm using right now, they may not work for you, or maybe they would, but they work for me definitely for this game, because like I said, this game, it's so dark that sometimes you need that extra brightness in some areas of the game. So first of all, I'm using game mode. This is the best way to play with your consoles, either the Xbox or PlayStation. And right here, let's go. Actually, before we go into the game mode settings, let me show you some things that you must do when you are using your OLED TV. Energy saving, make sure you turn this off. Otherwise, if you have this on or automatic, the brightness is going to change depending on the ambient light or the light that you have this TV in. So you want to control this, right? So make sure you turn this off. Otherwise, your TV is going to control your brightness all the time, and you're going to go crazy because it may look dark in some instances. So over here, additional settings, let's see what this is up to. Okay, this is another important factor. HDMI Ultra HD Deep Color. This is where you have to activate this in order for you to get HDMI 2.1 and all the features. All right, In this case, I have them all on. Sometimes they do turn on automatically when it detects the consoles, but if it didn't, well, just make sure you go here and you switch it on. All right. Over here, instant game response, same thing. The TV will detect your consoles, it'll turn this on automatically, but if it didn't, well, you can just go ahead and switch it on right here. It's not that difficult. AMD FreeSync Premium, well, this only works for PC or also if you have the Xbox Series X or the One X. On the PlayStation, we don't have this right now, so it's not turned on. I believe I'm using port number 3. Yes, number 1 I believe is the Xbox, so that's why it's switched on right now. Alright, so one more thing, this TV, all of the HDMI 2.1, actually all the ports are HDMI 2.1, so that is one big benefit from buying an LG OLED, or I believe, I'm not sure if the Nano still, I think Nano has 2 of them, I'm not 100% sure, I don't remember right now. Right, OLED screensaver, logo luminance adjustment. I have this setting on high. If you turn it off, I noticed that, for example, on the top right corner, those little logos, they get brighter, right? Honestly, I don't need them to get brighter. I need this one to get high. Once you set this on high, the logos are going to get a little bit dimmer, more dimmer than normally. Honestly, it's not a big difference when you're seeing it in person, but it will benefit you because it will not cause any permanent screen burn damage. All right, so I have this one setting on high. Some of these features are going to help you reduce the risk of permanent screen burn, just in case if you're worried about that. All right, so let's go into the picture settings now. And then right now, this is what I'm using, OLED light 100%. Of course, I want to get the brightest picture possible, right? Same with the contrast, 100%. These are out of the box, all right? Brightness is at 50 and sharpness is usually at 10, but I just took off sharpness to 0. I don't need sharpness in this game. It actually looks beautiful, very, very sharp, very clean image. Now let's go and check out advanced controls. Over here, dynamic contrast. Now this is going to be a big change just for this game, or for any dark game like maybe Gears 5. It's another very dark game. So if I switch this off, I don't know if you guys notice, but it gets dim. It gets very, very dim. One thing I like about dynamic contrast is like the colors and the bright levels, they highlight so much that the image kind of looks like three-dimensional, and I really love that. That is because this TV has beautiful, or the best contrast I've ever seen. I mean, that's the big benefits of OLED, right? So if you want to have that, the picture to stand out, use this dynamic contrast on high. Now, some people don't like this. It's not, perfect, but with this game that is so dark, this is going to help you so much with those dark shadows. Over here in dynamic tone mapping, now I normally use HGIG, but man, in this game it gets so dark, it's so dim. And once again, I think dynamic tone mapping on, you're going to get the best out of this game, at least for this game. Maybe in other games it's going to change, but at least for this game or on any dark game, this is going to work so much better for you guys. Just try it. Let me know in the comments below what do you guys think about this, right? Super resolution is off. Color gamut is automatic. White balance, this is where I actually changed my color temperature. I have this one on warm 1. This is how I like it. I think it looks the best. It actually, normally it's on medium, but I noticed that in medium it introduces this blue tint all over the screen, and honestly I don't like it. It looks very cold, and whites are not even perfect white. I don't know. I feel like warm 1 is the sweet spot. That is just the only setting that I made some adjustments. Here, color management, nothing. Then let's go down here, picture options, and we're gonna go noise reduction is off. Most of these are going to be off because they do add input lag sometimes, so you don't want to use that. Black level is on automatic. Motion eye care off. True motion, oh no, do not use this ones. They do add input lag. motion. You don't want any of that on your gaming. And that's pretty much it. Yes, guys. Alright, so let's do a little bit of gameplay. Let's do this. Alright, guys, so I gotta tell you, I've been playing this game and it's a little confusing sometimes. I am lost right now because I'm supposed to find this key and I can't find it. This game is fun. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. It's really, really cool. The graphics are amazing. The gameplay, it's very smooth, very responsive, and the environment, oh man, it's just so creepy and dark, and the character is cool. Actually, another thing I like is that the controller on the triggers, and let me show you real quick, but there's two settings. So right here, this is just like pointed, right? You pointed the gun, but if you press it harder, then it becomes another sort of like weapon. So this is the regular and we shoot it, but if you press it, hold it, this other special power comes out, and that is so cool. This the triggers makes a big difference depending on how hard you press the trigger. So that is really, really cool. I mean, this game is so much fun, but the thing, like I said, when you die, it's you start all over again. So the problem with that is that you have to sort of like do almost everything again, and if you die, you start all over again. The cool thing is that every time you respawn, the whole environment changes. The whole world is just different. So it's sort of like playing a new game, but my problem is that it's becoming harder and harder. Now I'm stuck in the same level. I can't get out of this world. I can't move on to the next one. So it's a little bit frustrating sometimes, but hey man, I'm having a lot of fun. And oh, it seems like we finally have some enemies here. Oh man, these ones are such a pain in the butt. Oh my god, this one is hard too. Ooh. It's just like these guys are a lot of real pain. Then I found this sword, which you know, it's very, very useful. It almost kills pretty much almost everything. Super, super cool game, but it could be very frustrating sometimes if you don't have the patience for it, you know. Also, when you're reloading, you don't reload, but the weapon reloads automatically. But if you time it right, sort of like Gears, when you're playing Gears of War, if you time it right, oh shit, then your reload, you have to sort of like an active reload. Let me show you the other, look at this other powerful ammo that I have, or the secondary weapon. Man, this is so much fun. Oh, okay, cool. So I just killed a bunch of enemies, but that was kind of easy. But sometimes they get very, very frustrating. They overwhelm you, and sometimes my health is so low. These things are so creepy. This reminds me of this other game that I used to play, Half-Life, but it will take you to a different sort of levels. You notice? It's really cool. It is a beautiful game. I also connected my wireless speaker system to this TV. This is another cool thing about this OLED TV, is that if you have a WiSA or a wireless speaker system, just plug it in and boom, you have a surround sound system, and you can control the audio from your TV controller. How cool is that? Alright guys, so you made it to the end of this video and I truly appreciate it. So I'm going to show you how I converted my PlayStation 5 into a retro PlayStation 5. So basically I'm using vinyl. You can find this in Amazon. I'm going to leave some links if you want to order some. The application is fairly simple. Sometimes you're going to get some bubbles. You can pop it up with a little needle, and then I just cut it with a razor blade. The carbon fiber vinyl is also very easy to find on Amazon. The application is also very simple. Basically, you just have to cut it to the size that you need and then trim down the pieces, the extra pieces, all around the console. For the buttons and the holes and everything, same thing. I just use the little blade. The logo, I bought this little logo at Etsy, both of this, the console logo and also for the controller. The application is also very simple. I recommend to use some tweezers just because it's so small. And look at this, it looks so awesome. I love it. These little face plates, you can also buy them from Amazon. They're very, very affordable and easy to find. I chose this color even though I have several ones, but look at this, it looks so nice. I love it because everything just combines these colors with the PlayStation or the whole console. I also trimmed some carbon fiber on the controller on top. It's very easy and everything works perfectly fine. The console looks pretty sweet. I really like it. It just reminds me of the PlayStation 1, the first PlayStation. Same color, same logos and everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really like this game, Returnal. Make sure you guys check it out. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this kind of videos. I'm Jolster, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Jolster out.